There is an animal in this forest that lions sprint away from. An animal so terrifying, tigers redraw their territory to avoid it. An animal jaguars have rerouted their entire lives around. An animal that bears can smell coming from 2 miles off. And that animal is currently asleep, mouth open, pillow drooled on, completely unconscious. That animal is you. Stay with me on this, because it only gets stranger. You are inside a tent right now in our scenario, a piece of fabric thinner than a wedding invitation. On the other side of that fabric is a forest. Inside that forest are creatures that could kill you in seconds, wolves that hunt in coordinated teams, tigers that have crushed a moose skull with one bite, mountain lions that drag dead deer up cliffs for fun. And what are you doing right now in this tent? You are snoring. But you wake up. Every single morning, you wake up. Not because you got lucky, not because no animals came. Animals came. They walked past your tent. Several of them. They smelled you, they heard your breathing, they watched the wall flutter, and then they kept walking. Why? There are 7 layered reasons. They stack on top of each other like armor. But there is also one specific thing that breaks the whole system. One situation where the deal collapses. I will tell you exactly what it is at the end of this video. It matters more than you think. Stick around. Reason number 1. You are not what you look like. From the outside, you look like soft, slow protein. From a predator's nervous system, you look like death itself. In 2019, a research team in California ran an experiment that should be more famous than it is. They placed hidden speakers throughout the Santa Cruz mountains, then waited for mountain lions to come within range. When the lions got close, they played human voices through the speakers. Not screaming, not yelling, just 2 friends discussing a podcast. Calm voices, nothing remotely threatening. The mountain lions exploded into the bushes. They fled at speeds normally reserved for actual hunts, faster than they fled from the sound of barking dogs. These are 150-pound predators that hunt 300-pound elk for breakfast, animals with no natural enemy above them in the entire ecosystem, and they ran from a podcast. The researchers then tried something darker. They waited until the cougars had killed a deer. Real fresh kill, hours of effort, a week's worth of calories laying right there on the ground. Then they played the voices nearby. The cougars abandoned the carcass and walked away, just left the free meal sitting there. Imagine working a 12-hour shift and walking out before payday. That is the math equivalent for a hungry predator, and they did it anyway. This isn't a California thing. Lions in Kruger slow their movement near villages. Tigers in India give farms a circle miles wide. Jaguars in the Amazon have entirely rerouted their territories around the places we live. Everywhere we look, the same answer keeps appearing. The biggest killers on this planet are afraid of us. The reason for that is grim. Reason number 2. We have been killing them for a long time. Not centuries, not millennia, eons. 2 million years of organized human predation. We did not start at the top of the food chain. We hunted our way up there. Mammoths used to roam 3 continents. We ate them out of existence. Giant ground sloths the size of pickup trucks. Gone, within centuries of humans arriving in the Americas. Woolly rhinos, saber-toothed cats, cave bears, animals that have thrived for millions of years. Animals that survived Ice Age after Ice Age. Then we showed up with sharpened sticks, and they were gone in geological seconds. In North America, we shot the wolves down to almost nothing. We trapped mountain lions off the entire eastern half. We poisoned coyotes by the hundreds of thousands. Every continent has the same story written underneath it. Now, think about who survived all of that. Not the curious predators, not the bold ones that walked up to campfires. Those got killed. Those did not pass on their genes. The ones that hid from us survived. The ones that took one whiff of a human and turned around. Those reproduced. Their cubs inherited the caution. Over thousands of generations, the fear hard-coded itself. It became learned behavior. It became pure biology. It became instinct. It became reflex. Today's leopard is not deciding to fear you. Its ancestors made the decision 100,000 years ago. The decision is loaded at birth, ready to fire. When your scent hits that leopard tonight, something in its brain says one word: leave. And the leopard does not argue. Reason number 3. You smell like a war crime. I mean that as a compliment. Kind of. Your nose is mediocre. Almost embarrassing, really. A wolf's nose is roughly 100,000 times smaller than yours. A bear's nose makes a bloodhound look broken. Big cats have a second smelling organ on the roof of their mouth. They literally taste the air. When you walk through the forest, you're not just walking, you're broadcasting on every channel. And the broadcast is bizarre. Your jacket, polyester, polyurethane, factory dyes. Your shampoo, 30 synthetic compounds blended in a lab. Your toothpaste, peppermint extract and fluoride compounds. Your last meal, roasted, salted, processed, packaged. None of this exists in nature. None of it has any predator template to match. Underneath all that, yes, you smell faintly like a primate. That part is almost familiar, but not familiar enough. Not deer, not elk, not anything any predator alive has ever hunted. A wolf's brain is built for a very specific shape, sound, and scent profile. You do not match the file. You're a glitch in the software, and glitches make most predators retreat, not attack. Reason number 4. You invented the most universal weapon in the natural world. Long before language, long before farming, long before everything, you figured out fire. And fire does something to animals that nothing else does. Fire is the only stimulus that scares basically every land animal on this planet. Mammals fear it, birds fear it, reptiles fear it. Animals raised in laboratories who have never seen flame in their entire lives still panic at the smell of smoke. This isn't trained, this isn't learned. It's stitched into the deepest level of vertebrate DNA. Animals that ran from wildfires survived the wildfires. Animals that did not get to reproduce. Hundreds of millions of years of selection refined the reflex. And then, about 1.5 million years ago, we figured out how to make fire on demand. We've been sleeping next to it ever since. Here's what almost no one realizes about a campfire. It's not just heat. It's not just light. It's not just for cooking. It's a broadcast tower. It says, in a language every predator speaks fluently, something controls fire here, walk around. Predators have been receiving that signal for so long that they no longer need to think about it. Flame in the dark equals turn around. Smoke on the wind equals pick a different path. Fire was the first invention we ever made, and it might still be the most important one. Reason number 5. Real predators are not Hollywood predators. Movies sell you the fearless killing machine, the lion that attacks anything, the wolf that hunts for thrill. This is fiction. Complete, ridiculous, profitable fiction. A real lion is one of the most cautious animals alive on this planet, because a real lion has no vet, no health insurance, no painkillers, no bandages. One broken tooth ends its hunting career. One torn ligament starts a slow death by starvation. One scratch across the cornea and the lion goes blind, and a blind lion dies within 2 weeks. So every single hunt is a calculation. Calories gained, calories burned, injury risk, success probability. Predators run this math constantly, mostly unconsciously. If the equation comes back negative, they don't hunt. And a sleeping human, the equation comes back catastrophically negative. First, you're unpredictable. They don't know how you'll react. You might wake up screaming. You might have a knife. You might have a friend 20 feet away. You might do something nothing in evolution prepared them for. Predators hunt what they know. You are an unknown. Second, your shape is unsettling. Tall, vertical, 2 long legs. Bears use that exact posture as a threat display when they want to intimidate a rival. Gorillas do the same. An animal that walks around standing up all day signals dominance. Even your silhouette inside a tent reads as larger than your actual weight. And third, and this is the one most people miss, why even bother? There's almost always a rabbit nearby, or a deer, or a beaver in the stream. A predator picks the path of least resistance. The least resistant path is never a sleeping human in a glowing tent next to a smoking campfire. Reason number 6. Your sleep is not what you think it is. Most people imagine sleep as one big black hole of unconsciousness. It's not even close. You move through cycles all night. Deep sleep, where your body repairs itself and your brain quiets down, then back up into REM sleep, where your brain runs movies, then back down, then back up, roughly every 90 minutes. And during the lighter stages of those cycles, something incredible happens. Your brain stays partially online. It samples sound, it samples temperature, it samples smell. It filters out the familiar. Your partner's breathing, the wind in the trees, the rustle of the tent fabric. But unfamiliar input triggers an alarm. Scientists call this the sentinel function of sleep. It exists because our ancestors who slept too deeply died. They got eaten, they got cold, they got missed by their group. The light sleepers woke up. The light sleepers reproduced. Light sleeping is now standard human equipment. It is why a snapped twig outside your tent jolts you awake before you even know what you heard. It is why a smell you do not recognize makes you sit up in the dark. Your brain is still running the old job, and the old job is stay alive. Reason number 7. Humans almost never camp alone. We are tribal animals. We sleep in groups, we wake in groups, we react in groups. And predators understand groups extremely well. Watch any wolf approach a herd of caribou. It does not run at the center. It scans for the one caribou that fell behind, the injured one, the young one, the one separated from the others. Predators do not hunt prey. They hunt for separation. A camp of 3 tents is not 3 meals. It is one connected, dangerous group. One person waking up wakes everyone else up. 3 confused humans in the dark, swinging flashlights, yelling, grabbing for things. That is a worst-case scenario. No predator wants to be the test subject for that experiment. So we have 7 layers of armor protecting you in that tent. We have ancient genetic terror, we have alien chemistry, we have fire, we have risk-averse hunters, we have sentinel sleep, we have group dynamics, we have 2 million years of selection pressure baked into every animal in the woods around you. Now remember what I promised at the start. I told you there's one specific thing that breaks all of this. Here it is. Every famous attack on a sleeping or resting human follows almost exactly the same pattern. Something has broken inside the predator, or something has broken inside the land. Kenya, the Tsavo bridge construction. 2 male lions began stalking the workers' camp at night. Over 9 months, they killed dozens of people. The records argue over the final number, possibly over 100. The lions became a legend. The case got a Hollywood movie. Then biologists studied the skulls. Both lions had serious dental injuries. One had an abscess so severe that hunting normal prey would have been impossible. They could not chase down zebras anymore, but they could ambush a sleeping man. These were not normal lions. These were broken lions. A few years later, India, the Champawat tiger. She killed 436 people across India and Nepal, more than any other big cat in recorded history. When she was finally hunted down, they found out why. She had been shot in the mouth by a poacher years earlier. 2 of her canines were shattered. She could not kill her natural prey anymore. Humans were the only animal she could still take down. Every documented exception is like this: a predator forced to break its own rules by injury, by age, by starvation, or a habitat so destroyed there is no natural prey left. There is one more way to break the system, and it's the only one that's actually in your control. Leave food out at night. Skip the campfire because you were too tired. Approach wildlife to take photos. Feed a bear from your car. Bait a coyote with leftovers. Teach a predator that humans equal food instead of danger. You can dismantle 1,000,000 years of evolution in one weekend. Do not be the person who does that. Pack out your trash, keep your fire, stay back from the animals. Do your part to keep the contract alive. Now, I want to show you the most insane part of all of this, because the fear we built is not just keeping you safe, it's rewiring the entire ecosystem around you. Go back to that 2019 California study for 1 second. The mountain lions avoided human-trafficked areas. Sounds peaceful, right? It's not, because in those areas, deer no longer get hunted by lions. Deer populations explode. Grasslands get overgrazed, saplings never get the chance to become trees. Whole forests change shape because of a fear we didn't even know we were broadcasting. Coyotes and bobcats avoid us too, so the mice and rats they would normally control start booming. Tick populations spike because of all the rodents. Lyme disease climbs in human suburbs, all from a chain reaction that starts with your existence. One species, one inherited fear, a reorganized planet. You walk through a forest and you change the forest. Animals you will never see avoid you by half a mile. Plants grow taller because predators are too nervous to hunt undercover. Insects shift because the mice shifted because of you. You leave footprints in places you've never even been. This is what you are. This is your species. An animal that figured out fire before tools. An animal carrying 10,000 generations of survival in its bones. An animal sleeps light because the ancestors who slept heavy did not survive the night. An animal so feared that ecosystems reorganized to avoid it. An animal so dangerous that lions sprint away from its podcast. And this animal, this terrifying world-bending animal, is currently asleep in a tent. Drooling, snoring, surrounded by creatures who could hurt it instantly. And not a single one is going to try, because they know what you are even when you don't. They've known it for 2 million years. The deal was signed before you were born. It was signed before your great-grandparents were born. It was signed somewhere in East Africa 2 million years ago by a small, hairy hominid with a sharpened stick and a fire she had learned to keep alive. And every large predator in the woods tonight still honors the contract. So the next time you're lying in a tent at night and you hear something move just past the nylon wall and your heart speeds up a little for no clear reason, pay attention to that feeling. That feeling is older than you. That feeling is the sentinel software your ancestors gave you. It kept them alive long enough to make you. But the thing on the other side of the tent, it's not coming in. It heard you breathing, it smelled the synthetic chemicals on your jacket, it saw the soft glow of your dying campfire. It ran a calculation older than language. The calculation came back negative. It already moved on. You won the food chain a long time ago. You won it in a way no other species has ever won anything. You won it so completely that the rest of the planet has rebuilt itself around your absence, around the spaces you walk through, around the dark you sleep inside. So sleep well in there. Sleep deep if you can. Sleep light if you cannot. Either way, the woods know you are there, and the woods are choosing peace. Good night from the top of the chain.